What's up, everybody? My name is Josh LaFleur from Late Start Piano. This video is going to be directed to the absolute brand new beginner piano players. This is specifically for adults who don't even own a piano yet. This is for adults who are thinking about getting into the piano, but they don't even know where to start. They don't even know what piano to buy or what the difference is or why it matters. So I'm making this video to help clear up some of that confusion and help you pick the piano that is appropriate for you. So with all that out the way, let's get into point number one. Point number one is you want to focus on the piano itself, not everything else. What do I mean by that? What I mean is you probably have seen this already if you're shopping for pianos, but there are pianos that can do everything. They can slice bread, they can fly, they can do anything. And what I mean is some pianos, they literally have like a screen in it, and you have 1,000 different noises that it can make, 1,000 different instruments. You can play something that sounds like a flute on the piano. You can play some kind of electric guitar sound on the piano, some kind of bass drum, some kind of saxophone sound. You can record songs as well, so you can record different pieces, and you can have like 5 different recordings all saved in your piano. You can have some kind of MIDI connection as well, where you can connect it to your computer and you can do some kind of music editing for the audio. And there's a lot you can do. And those pianos are great if you are more of the music producer type. If you are really seasoned and you need a lot of different noises on the piano, that's great. If you're a brand new beginner piano player, you don't need any of that. All you need is the keys and do they make a piano sound? That's all you need. So try not to focus too much on whether it has a screen, whether it has 1,000 sounds or 500 sounds, whether it's Yamaha or whether it's something else. What's another, whatever other piano brands are out there. I can't even think, I'm blanking right now on them, but whatever other piano brand, doesn't matter. All that matters is it has the piano keys and it can make the piano sound, okay? And what I will say for point number 2 is what you do want to invest in is weighted keys. Not necessarily out the gate. So again, if you're brand new, you don't even know if you're going to stick with the piano. If that's you, go ahead and get on Amazon, buy a full set for $200, $300. The full set will come with a piano bench, it'll come with a piano stand, it'll come with the piano itself, and it can even come with a sustain pedal. So if you don't know if you're even going to stick with it, you don't know if you like it, go ahead and just get a full kit for $200 or $300 on Amazon. Piano is not going to be good quality, but it doesn't matter because you don't know if you're going to stick with it. If after 30 days you decide you're not going to stick with it, okay, whatever, box it up, send it back to Amazon, get your refund, and you're done. You can move on with the next part of your life. If, on the other hand, after the 30 days, you say, you know what, I actually really enjoy playing the piano, I like playing the piano, I can see myself playing with it long term, you can go ahead and pack up that old piano, still return it to Amazon, get your $200 or $300 back, but then you can invest in a more high quality piano. Now, I'm not talking about a piano with a screen or with a bunch of sounds. I'm talking about a piano with weighted keys. And again, if you have been shopping around for a piano, you've probably seen this a lot already. But you have pianos that don't have any weighted keys, which means when you press down on the key, it plays the key noise at a certain level, and you have no control over the noise level of what you played. So if you don't know, on an acoustic piano or a weighted key piano, the amount of pressure you press down on the key influences how loud the sound is. So if you press down really fast, the sound is louder. If you press down really gently, the sound is quieter. Okay, if you don't have any weighted keys on your piano, it's all going to be the same sound no matter how fast or how slow you press down. Another thing with keys that are not weighted is they all take the same amount of pressure to push down. So again, on an acoustic piano or a piano with fully weighted keys, you might have usually in the top section of the piano, so the piano that has higher sounding notes, higher pitch sounding notes, those take a lot less force to actually press down and to make a noise versus a key at the bottom of the piano. So a key at the bottom of the piano, it takes a lot more force to press that down to actually make a sound. And the keys at the top of the piano, it doesn't take a lot of force to press down and actually make a sound. So there's different levels of force that you can use and that you have to use in order to make a sound. And depending on how fast you press down that key or how fast you don't press it down, it affects the volume of what you're playing as well. So that's really the basics of weighted keys versus non-weighted keys. If you're serious about the piano and you decided after 30 days that you want to stick with it long term, you do want to invest in a weighted keys piano, fully weighted keys if you can, even though it's going to be a little bit more expensive because it's going to mimic a real acoustic piano a lot better. It's also going to help your technique wise because you're going to have much better control over what you're playing. And on top of all that, you're also going to actually be able to play different dynamics. So dynamics is the volume that you're playing at. So in sheet music, you have like that greater than sign, right? If you remember math class, you have the greater than sign and the lesser than sign. If you're reading sheet music, you've already seen these. Those are some of the dynamics symbols that are in sheet music. Or you have fortissimo or forte or piano, right? Or a bunch of different other ones, pianissimo if it's really quiet. Those are all different dynamic sounds, and you need weighted keys to actually play it the way it's supposed to be played. So that's point number 2. You don't need necessarily the screen again, but you do want a higher quality piano, at least with weighted keys, if you're serious about going forward with the piano. Those will be a little bit more expensive, maybe $400 or $500, maybe $600 if you get that as well. And that's just for the piano. That's not including the stand or the bench or anything else. I have a Yamaha P125A. I love it. It's a great sounding piano. I think it was $600 on Amazon. But definitely worth the investment. This is going to last you 10 years. If you get a Yamaha and you get a good piano, it's going to last you a very long time. So it's a good investment. Just do what you need to do and go from there. This kind of leads me into my next point. Again, if you're serious about the piano and you decide you want to stick with it long term, you do want to get a bench that has the knobs on the side. So a lot of benches, piano benches, they are adjustable, but they're adjustable as like a pin and hole type system where you kind of can lift it up and it slides into the slot, or you can lift it down and it slides into the slot, which is good because you can adjust it, but you can only adjust it so much, right? There's only certain levels it can be at. You can't go in between a slot here and a slot here because there's no hole to put the pin in. On the contrary, if you get a bench that has a knob on the side of it, you just twist a knob to adjust the height. Those benches, you can actually make those micro adjustments, right? So you can have that adjustments to where the bench height is perfect for you. Because another thing you might not realize as a beginner is your bench height and where you're sitting in relation to the piano matters a lot. If you're sitting way too low or way too high or too far away or too close to the piano, all of that can make your playing much, much more difficult, and you don't want to do that to yourself. You want to make it as easy as possible. So when you get a good bench that has a knob and you can make those micro adjustments, you can get the bench height perfect and you can get the bench space perfect so that the playing is as easy as humanly possible. Again, these benches are probably going to be a little bit more expensive, maybe $100, but if you're deciding that piano is for you and you're deciding that you want to stick with it, it is absolutely worth the investment. I got mine on Amazon. I forget what the exact name of it, but it's a leather cushion and it has the knobs on the side. That's what you're looking for. So those are just some tips to help you deciding with a brand new piano. Again, just to kind of recap here what we've talked about so far. First, if you have no idea what you want, or if you don't know if you're going to stick with the piano, buy one that's not good. Buy a full kit so you're good to go when everything arrives. Costs $200 or $300. After the 30 days, if you decide piano's not for you, great, return it, get your money back, and you can kind of wipe your hands clean, you're done. If you decide you like piano and you want to stick with it and you can see yourself playing for a long time, return what you bought, use that money, buy a better quality piano with weighted keys, and buy a better bench that has a knob on the side. After that, you can actually practice your dynamics and you can practice the way it should be played. And you're going to notice a huge difference as well in the sound quality. It's going to sound like an actual piano. It's not going to sound like a toy, which is the cheaper ones sound more like a toy. So that's going to be nice to actually hear it sound well, and you're going to notice the control that you have over it is going to be a lot better. You can make a lot more musical decisions while you're playing as far as the volume and other things as well. So I hope that all that helps. If it does help, I do have a free PDF. It's a free guide on my website, www.latestartpiano. This guide has 34 essential tips for brand new adult beginner piano players. It's going to help you play songs faster, play songs easier, and it's going to help you avoid a lot of the pitfalls I made when I first started playing the piano within my first year. So again, if you're interested in that, it's going to help you play the songs that you love sooner, and it's going to help you play them better as well. So if that helps you, it's going to give you practice strategies. It's going to talk about your mindset as well. It's going to talk a little bit about music theory so you can speak the language of music. You can get that again on my website, www.latestartpiano.com. You can click on that big, bright purple button in the middle of the page. All you have to do is enter in your name and your email address, and you will have instant access to that guide. Again, my name is Josh LaFleur from Late Start Piano, and happy practicing.